If there was a way to burn much more fat from every one of your workouts, wouldn't you want to make sure that you knew exactly how to do it? Well, today I'm not sharing just one way, but five different ways that you could lose more weight and burn more fat from all of your workouts. Of course, we all know that diet is very important for fat loss, but why not get more out of the time that you spend in the gym while dieting as well? Well, that's exactly what we're going over today. The first way is by working out on an empty stomach. And even though some people deny the benefits of fasted training, I'm still a very big fan because there is research to suggest that it can help you burn much more body fat. And I'll link up studies below, but the main reason that fasted cardio and fasted training helps is due to low insulin levels. Insulin is a fat storage hormone, and fat loss is also blocked when insulin levels are elevated. When we work out in a fasted state, insulin levels are at their lowest, allowing for greater fat mobilization. Some studies have found that exercising in a fasted state can burn almost 20% more fat compared to exercising after eating. This has to do with your insulin levels being low and with the fact that when you do eat, your body will be able to use those nutrients for recovery. So rather than storing glucose as fat, your body will replenish the depleted glycogen stores in your muscles and your liver. Training fasted will also give many of you more energy for your workout because you won't use any energy before the workout digesting a whole bunch of food. Digestion requires a lot more energy than most people think. That's why after you have a big meal, all you want to do is go to sleep. To get the most fat loss out of fasted training, you don't want to eat immediately after you're finished. In fact, this is exactly why many studies on fasted training are flawed. They have people eating right after training rather than continuing to fast. I usually do a fasted workout in the morning and don't eat until nighttime. This may be difficult for a lot of you to do, and if it is, don't worry. You could just do intermittent fasting, where you could do your workout in the morning and then not eat for a few hours until your eating window opens up at around, let's say, 1 o'clock. The downside to fasted training is that studies have shown that you can increase muscular catabolism as well while training fasted. However, this can be avoided by drinking some branched-chain amino acids before your workout, and it shouldn't really knock you out of your fast. Keep in mind that even if you train fasted but then overeat for the rest of the day, you won't be burning more fat. The next way to burn more fat is by working out in a glycogen depleted state. When your body is depleted of glycogen, it begins to break down fat for energy at a much higher rate. You can achieve this state by performing cardio after you do your weight training workout. When you lift weights, your body mostly breaks down and uses glycogen for energy. You only have a limited supply of glycogen in your muscles and your liver. Once you deplete it through your weight training workout, you have more of a direct line of access to your fat stores when you're doing the cardio right after. You can combo this depleted glycogen state with fasted training for an even more effective fat burning workout. This would be done by doing weights followed by cardio in the morning in a fasted state. Another way to burn more fat is to get more from each one of your sets, so we can get more done in less time. We can accomplish this by doing drop sets, supersets, and rest pause sets. Let's start with drop sets. Here, you would do a regular set of an exercise until failure, and then as soon as you hit failure, you drop the weight by about 25 to 30%, and then do another set until failure. You can combine multiple drop sets into one giant set. An example of this would be hitting failure, then dropping the weight by 25%, then hitting failure again, and then dropping the weight by another 25%. It's important to keep in mind that the 25 to 30% isn't the magical number. Sometimes you'll be so tired after a few drop sets that you will have to drop down even further in order to hit enough reps before you fail. And other times, taking 25% off would make the exercise way too easy and you never even come close to the point of failure. So make sure you keep that in mind when choosing how much you're dropping to, and make adjustments as you go. With supersets, you would just do 2 different exercises back to back with no break in between. These 2 exercises, you can choose to focus on either the same muscle groups for both, or you can combine exercises that work on different muscle groups. Regardless, by not taking a break between the 2 exercises, you will increase your heart rate, you'll burn more calories, and you'll get more done in less time. And with rest pause sets, you would choose a weight that you would normally only do for roughly 6 to 7 reps. And then you would do that weight for 3 to 4 reps only and take a 15-second to a 20-second break. Then immediately do another set, shooting once again for 3 to 4 reps, followed by another 15 to 20 second break, followed by one more set. This allows you to get more total reps within a shorter amount of time, and it's also an excellent way to shock your body. Supersets, drop sets, and rest pause training are all great ways to burn more calories and get more out of every one of your sets. But let's move on to something that can be even more effective at burning calories: combining an element of cardio into your weight training routine. For every set you do, you immediately would follow it up with an aerobic exercise that gets you breathing heavy. Examples of this include exercises like burpees, mountain climbers, and jump squats. You could do a set of walking lunges, for example, with dumbbells, and then follow it up with 30 to 60 seconds of jump squats. Then you would take a break, and even though this is technically under the category of superset, most of the time when people do supersets, they combine 2 weight training based movements. However, by throwing in a body weight aerobics movement, you can usually get your heart rate even higher, ultimately leading to more calories being burnt. Just a few sets of these and you'll notice a big difference in your breathing rate and in the intensity of the workout. Let's move on to one of the most basic ways that you can increase the amount of fat you'll burn specifically from your weight training workouts. This is done by focusing on compound movements over isolation movements. You'll be incorporating a lot more muscles into the workout, causing your body to burn more calories during the workout and after it's over. Now, when I say compound movements, most people assume that I'm talking about doing bench press over a chest fly or a barbell squat over leg extensions. And even though these are obviously compound movements that'll burn more calories than isolation movements, there are exercises that are available to you that recruit a lot more muscle groups in one movement. I usually refer to these exercises under the category of multi-joint training, even though they are still technically compound movements. An exercise like a barbell clean and press is a perfect example because it incorporates almost every muscle group in your body. As a general rule of thumb, even though isolation exercises will allow you to focus more on building a specific muscle group or a specific part of that muscle, compound movements will usually have you lifting more weight, making the activity more intense, and it'll also involve more joints and more muscle groups, allowing you to burn more calories from your workout. I know there's a lot of advice out there for people looking to build muscle, but not quite as much for those of you that are looking to specifically burn fat. If your only goal is to burn fat, you should be sticking primarily to compound multi-joint exercises. And for the most part, you should stay away from isolation exercises, especially if you want to burn the fat in the shortest amount of time possible. Of course, if your secondary goal is to add some muscle, specifically to certain parts of your body, then incorporate some isolation work as well. But the majority of your workout should still mostly be compound lifts, especially because compound lifts will help you build more muscle as well. Up next, we have PHA, which stands for Peripheral Hard Action Training. Here, you would once again combine 2 different exercises back to back with no break, but you would want to combine either an upper body and a lower body movement, or you would want to combine a posterior and an anterior movement. When you do an exercise for your upper body, like bench press for example, your heart pumps blood to your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. If you immediately follow up bench press with a lower body exercise, like let's say barbell squats, your heart has to now pull all that blood back to the lower body. This increases your heart rate by quite a bit and makes for a very effective way to burn fat faster. Like I said, combining an upper and a lower body movement is not the only way that you can do this. You can also combine an anterior and a posterior movement. This means that you would combine a movement like bench press that works the front part of your body, and then you add a movement like barbell rows, which works the back part of your body. Even though it's not quite as intense as combining an upper and a lower body movement, the same idea applies here. You'll be pumping blood to your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps during the bench press, and when you immediately switch over to rows, your body has to now push that blood to your rhomboids, your traps, and your biceps. That's it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you're really serious about burning fat, you have to understand that it's not only about working out, but it's also about following a proper diet plan. On my website, I have a challenge that on average is helping my clients lose 20 pounds or 5% body fat in just 6 weeks. And luckily, there's an at-home version of this program included. Right now, for a limited time, we're running the 6-week challenge for free. All you gotta do to earn it is stick to the plan. We include a diet plan, a workout plan, and an accountability coach to guide you through the entire process to make it super simple. And the challenge makes you hold yourself accountable by having something to lose. Most people fail diet plans because when the going gets rough, there's no incentive to actually stick it out. Our challenge is designed to tackle this psychological roadblock that many people have. It shouldn't be information that you're after, guys. It should be incentive, momentum, and motivation. The fact that you have to earn the challenge makes people actually follow through on what they said they were going to do from day 1 to day 42. The challenge can be found by clicking the link below in the description. Or you could just visit my website directly at www.gravitytransformation.com. I'll see you guys soon.
Pump it.